right, guys, so at the beginning, let's start by deep washing the vehicle, right? That's the number one thing for any paint correction, the decontamination of the paint. So of course, we got Robert doing a decon bath on it. So any contaminant that's on the paint, we're gonna remove it. After that, we're gonna follow up with a clay bar treatment. On this one, we're just gonna use a clay mint. And then after that, we're gonna do the actual paint correction. But like I said, first is the wash. So after the contact wash, now we move into the clay mint. The reason we use a clay mint is because a clay bar is a little bit more aggressive. The paint is actually not that much contaminated. So we went and used a clay mint. That way, all the actual surface, you know, if you pass your hand on your paint and you feel like a sandpaper, essentially what that is contaminants embedded in the paint. And what the clay mint does is we actually introduce contact to this. We put a little bit of pressure and we want to remove all those contaminants from it. If the contaminants are still there after a clay bar treatment, then that's when the actual buffing of a machine is going to remove all that. Like right now I passed it, and yes, it actually helped a little bit, but I can still feel a little bit roughness, which is okay because we're gonna do a deep correction on this one. So totally fine. So let's move on and let's get the whole truck done. All right, so now let's talk about pad combination along with compound combination. We're gonna be using Rupes. They're 5-inch. The truck is pretty small, so I'm gonna go with a 5-inch pad on this one. I don't need something crazy. So I'm just gonna go with the Rupes 5-inch pad. Panel wipe, I'm gonna be using Card Pro eraser, sorry. At this point, before putting the actual pad on the panel, we're gonna panel prep it to remove any oils, any sealant, any wax that's on the vehicle. All right, after that, I think on this one I'm gonna go mild first. So I'm gonna try their Rupes wool pad. It says it's a medium pad, so 5-inch pad. I'm gonna go on the medium side. I'm not gonna go too aggressive. Along with, I'm gonna do clear cut. So Card Pro clear cut. So this is their medium cut at this point. I'm gonna test spot a couple spots. Let's see what I can get out of it. And then if I need more, I kind of don't want to, but maybe. Lake Country, it's their wool pad, microfiber pad, I'm sorry. At this point, it's still a 5-inch, but it's more aggressive, and I might combine it with Ultra Cut, depending on how much correction I actually need. But let's start mild, right? It's always better to start mild and then work your way to more aggressive. So let's get to it. I said, the hood has been repainted, but at the same time I wanna test spot it and see what I'm gonna need on it. I'm going for a 90-95% improvement. So a lot of people will call it a 3-stage paint or 3-step correction. There's a lot of sayings of, you know, the correction. So I'm gonna do the hood, I'm gonna do the door in one side of the bed. So first let's do the actual hood itself. Like I said, panel prep first, and now it's time to prime our pad and get to it. Oh my God, guys, I burned the paint. Just kidding. It is a 1-stage paint, so it is a 93. So at this point, yeah, we're gonna see some paint color in our pad, which is normal. Sorry guys, I can't hold my left on this one. All right, so on this one, I'm gonna use a heavier pad, heavier compound. Let's see what we get out of this one. I'm not 100% happy with this side, so I'm gonna try this side and see what I can get. All right, so we try the medium. Now this is the heavier. Now I'm gonna polish the heavier side with the Rupes ultra fine pad, and I'm gonna combine it with Essence from CarPro. So I already primed the pad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this area and see what we got. All right guys, so we found the perfect combination for the correction that we're going for. We're gonna do Lake Country heavy cutting, and then top it out with Rupes Ultra Finish. We're gonna use Ultra Cut from CarPro for the heavy compound, for the heavy cutting, and then we're gonna polish it with Essence. All right, so now let's get to it. It's gonna be quite some time to get this done, so enjoy the show. All right, now we're gonna test spot this area. Like I said, this looks like the original paint. I checked the edges, I checked everything, and it does not look painted. So I'm gonna test spot this area. I put a tape so that way we can see both sides. Let's get to it.
Might sip on something, disappear for a month. I might dip on springing into action like a bungee cord. Standing on the corner getting no applause. Squinting through my eyes, I don't know them boys. What you hoping for? Cream, get the money, dollar bill, y'all. Ramen noodles for a meal, how I feel, dawg. Why you placing judgments? I'm just trying to live, dawg. Put it on my head, cause it's not what it appeared, dawg. Low key, cutting through the bushes so they never scope me. In the field where the lane is stuck. You got chain, you got cane, What's your name? What's up? Where the real dope dealers looking lame as fuck, but the real dope women looking plain as fuck.
See you guys at the show.
I'm just trying to change it up. I'm myself. Why you trying to be the same? For what? If you got a copy.